Donald Trump did respond. He went over on Truth Social and he truth posted and did one of these things, but he went after Ron DeSantis. And this is the approach that Trump takes that really resonates with his voters, which seems ridiculous, but it works. Here's what he said. Still, on the Ron DeSanctimonious, has the poll numbers of a wounded bird falling from the sky. I'm up on him by 57 points and going higher. He has proven to be a terrible and inept candidate who even fought Social Security and Medicare. That's how he slips in some of the things he's mad at him about, which, by the way, Donald Trump would also cut. He will soon be out of money and dropping out of the race for president. After having single-handedly gotten him elected governor with no thanks or glory, it has been a beautiful thing to watch. Good luck, Ron. Just tore through and just bowled through, said the same things. We've heard those talking points, but for some reason, it continues to resonate. And as a matter of fact, this is what also adds to it, because sometimes people want to laugh at the person that they're running against, and he's good at doing this too, even though it's probably a repost. There's no way he created this. But image of Ron DeSantis on, I guess, some kind of appearance. And other than look at what are those types of shoes response, Donald Trump, of course, reposted someone pointing out, asking, tell me he's not wearing hidden heels. And then, of course, there's a little outline of what it could possibly look like, which after you look at it, you can't unsee it, whether it's true or not. How much does him wearing potential hidden heels and him trying to make himself 3 to 4 inches taller have anything to do with their policies, their differences of opinion, how they would potentially run the country as president? Nothing. But that sticks. And that's what matters to these folks. Before we go to Nikki Haley, I guess these attacks work better, huh, Dave?
Well, it's kind of like, Donald Trump is like the cat that's having a great time sort of playing with the mouse that is half dead and sort of hitting it in the head and dragging it around and not eviscerating it yet, but just sort of laughing as he's doing it. And that resonates to Republicans. And again, I mean, there are a lot of people who are now worried that not only is Ron DeSantis going to lose 2024, he's not going to have a chance in the primary, but he may have permanently ruined his political chances in the future because of how bad this campaign has gone for him. And a lot of people are realizing you can't transplant a personality even in 4 or 8 years. And that seems to be Ron DeSantis's biggest problem. He has very little personality that appeals to most Republicans. Donald Trump has a huge personality. And even if it's not Donald Trump, if it's Nikki Haley or somebody else, Ron DeSantis is in trouble.
There's kind of nowhere else you can go. I made the comparison about another former Florida governor who ran for president against Donald Trump and got embarrassed and laughed at and highlighted all of his blunders, one Jeb Bush. There's nowhere else you can go. If you don't make this point, it's not like you're going to go in and run for Senate. You're the governor. You can say, I'm the president of a state. That's his calling card. That's what any governor may push. I'm not sure. There's the hierarchy of political office. You can be in the House of Representatives, then Senate. That's more prestigious, it's higher up. Presidency, governor. I feel like governor, I could be wrong. I'm not like some kind of political guru. Governor seems to be in a higher notch than a senator, because you're running this entire state. You can say, I have executive experience running a state, therefore I could transfer that to a national stage. If you don't get to that point, what's next for you outside of being a lobbyist or some kind of consultant?
Well, and Jayar, as you said before, I mean, you need a lot of money, of course, to have a successful presidential campaign. And Ron DeSantis has had that money, but he has got so many donors who feel burned, who feel like DeSantis is running a terrible campaign, that the money may not be there the next time he tries this. So, I mean, this is great for him politically. It's great for him in terms of his future. And he can't do much now except sort of flail around and appear on networks that he has previously bashed and hope that there's some moderate Republicans who are now going to say, oh yeah, Donald Trump, we can't vote for Donald Trump, let's vote for Ron DeSantis. It's not going to work.
Not there. What kind of sucks, though, is it might have been the best advice, which is what the MAGA and Trumper folks were saying when they used to like DeSantis was, wait your turn, wait your turn. Right. You could let him flail and flame out potentially in this run if he wasn't involved, then come in the next cycle and maybe still be seen as someone that's worthwhile. Who knows? Or maybe he could still be the dry person that he is.